I made 20% in just 3 weeks. Hello traders, Maureen here from Algo Trading Space team. In today's video, I will walk you through my setup with the Prime Scalper EA, a robot which I have been using on Xrading account. And I want to show you this setup because it reached 20% in just 3 weeks, which is roughly 1% a day. Without further ado, let's jump into the screen now. So I'm on the Algo Trading Space website and I will go to robots and then to commodity bots, and I'll just scroll a little bit. And here you can see the Prime Scalper EA by me, Algo. On the robot page, if I scroll down, you can see the trading stats from the accounts that we have with this EA at the moment. And currently we have 2 accounts, and this one is the account which I will show you in this video, which made 20%. And the other one is live account, which we have running for much longer, which made 9% gain so far. If I switch to the table view, you can see here's the first account, and what I want to show you, if I open the track record and go to the terminal and go to the closed trades, what you can see here is that the last trade was opened and closed on the 14th of April. But what's important, if I scroll down, you can see the first trade was opened on the 26th of March. So basically for just 3 weeks, this account reached 20%. And why this matters? Why I mentioned 20% again? Because this is an Xrading account and the target is 20% to pass stage 1. But I will show you that one in a second. Let me switch to the trading platform first to show you the account. So here's the account history. You can see the same thing here, which we have publicly displayed on the Algo Trading Space website. The MetaTrader trade history. This is a MetaTrader 4 account. So there are some pending orders appearing in the history. But overall, this is the performance. Very stable performance from this EA. So let me show you the settings I used here in this account. I'll go to expert advisors, properties, and you can see I'm using watts based on X balance, which means that for every $100 of balance, we're risking 0.01 watt, which means that at the beginning, this account started with 1 watt risk per trade. And if I scroll down a little bit, I'll show the other settings. I used the manual GMT offset and it was set to 3. And actually with the rest of the settings, I kept them default. I didn't change anything, so I'm not going to walk you through them. And I know many of you want to see backtests of the robots that we trade and show, but this is MetaTrader 4. Backtesting doesn't work very well here. So what I will do here is I will switch to the MetaTrader 5 platform with the same broker, where I have already loaded the Prime Scalper EA. It trades the gold dollar pair on the H1 time frame, and I just started backtest since the beginning of this year. And something important here is to have a low latency. I just use the real latency from my VPS, and this is a Hyonix VPS, and this is the actual latency I'm getting with this VPS. This is a US based VPS and I'm getting 6.65 milliseconds latency. Everything based on real ticks. And now if I go to the inputs, you can see here the Prime Scalper EA and the same setting watts based on X balance. And the only thing I changed here in the backtest actually was the commission. I set the commission per watt, which I took from the trading history here, and you can calculate based on the watt size and you get the actual commission. So I run the backtest and you can see the performance of the backtest. Total net profit $3,057 and drawdown 3.5% max drawdown, and you can see very stable performance and a very low drawdown. And I know what many of you will think with this drawdown. Oh, this is a perfect EA to be traded on a prop firm. Well guys, this is not the case here, because this is a Scalper EA. You can see in the order history that it enters and exits the trades in a matter of seconds and sometimes in the same second. So this is a very fast trading EA. The majority of the prop firms don't allow that kind of trading. They require you to hold the positions for several minutes, so basically this excludes the opportunity to trade such great Scalper EAs. But on the other hand, we have companies like Xrading, which don't have these restrictions, and I'll show why I picked them for this account. So going back to the Algo Trading Space website, and I'll click on the broker name here, and you can see Xrading platform, and I'll just scroll down to show you the account which I'm trading. This is the account. You start with $1,000 initial deposit, and they multiply it up to $10,000. Basically, they are giving you the equity, and here's how it works. Start with $1,000, they give you $9,000, so the total account equity is $10,000, the account which I was trading, and there's a static drawdown of $1,000, which is much better than the trailing stop loss with the prop firms, which is also 3 or 6% daily. Overall, it's very restrictive. Here we have more freedom to trade, and the minimum profit target is 20%. $2,000 from $10,000 is 20%. Once you reach this, you get 80% profit split, and I already reached this profit target, and I paused the account. Why? Because as you can see here, progress up at each stage, you need to hit a 20% profit target from from the starting equity, and this is calculated at the end of any month. So at the end of the month, I'm expecting Xrading to calculate my profit. I will be able to receive $1,600 of payout, and I will get the account to stage 2. And in stage 2, they will add $19,000 to my existing $10,000, and I will start trading with $20,000 again. Profit target is 20%. Again, the drawdown is static 10% from the initial balance. So this is $2,000 in this case, 10% from $20,000. So you can see how it works. Very simple. And here's the profit split that we can get with every step. And if we go through all the 5 stages, which basically means to double the account to reach 5 times 20% profit target, this would be the total minimum net profit. And I say minimum because if I go back to my trading, and you can see I have $10.12 above the profit target. So if I make more profits and I don't pause my trading, I will be able to withdraw more from the profit split. But because the Prime Scalper EA trades the gold, I decided to pause the account after I reach the 20% profit target, because gold is very volatile and market can change very fast. And before I wrap up the video, I want to show you 2 new accounts which I started with the Prime Scalper EA, and you will be able to see them on the Algo Trading Space website. Going back to my VPS, I have started one live account on Euro-Dollar H1 again and one on Pound-Dollar H1, and I'm using the same VPS here. It is a New York based VPS. This is extremely important, guys, for this robot. This is a Scalper EA. It trades very fast. It holds positions for seconds. And if I just go to the Prime Scalper EA website, you can see this is a Forex Scalping EA. It uses smart system. It doesn't use grid or martingale. Always uses a stop loss. Has a fast execution, and you can scroll down and check and see how it works. This is the backtest from the developer for the Euro-Dollar H1 time frame, and there are a few other interesting things here. And you can see it can trade on M30, H1, H4, so it's capable of trading multiple time frames on these 3 currency pairs. Probably it will be able to trade more. And what I did here, actually, I went to the tools settings and I just typed Prime. And here you can see set files provided by the developer. I started the Euro-Dollar and Pound-Dollar accounts with these 2 set files just to give them a try. After all, I'm risking $200 in each account, so I decided to put them live and see how they will work. If they don't work well, I will further backtest and adjust some settings, but sometimes for such small accounts I would prefer to directly put the EAs to the test and I'll see how they go. After all, I have very positive experience from the gold pair, so I just will give them a try with this too. Also, the members of our VIP community requested us to test these pairs as well, so guys, this is for you. And for those of you who haven't joined the VIP Club yet, I strongly suggest you to give it a try, because we are building a real trading community with experienced algo traders, also with beginners, and this is the best place where you can get started with algo trading in 2026. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, now it's a great time to do it, so you don't miss the following videos. And if you want to learn more about the Prime Scalper EA, check my detailed video review about this robot. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.